Friends, I am Dr. Sujit Ghosh. Welcome to my channel, Dr. Ghosh Presents. Sign symptoms and uses of Homeo-Remedy Petroleum. Full name petroleum, short name petroleum, common name rock oil or coal oil. Source mixture of compounds, chemical world. Spheres of action petroleum mainly acts on skin, mucous membrane, gastro-intestinal tract. Few experts claim it also acts on heart, meninges and cerebrum too. Pathogenesis. Petroleum inflames skin and produces cracks and fissures. In brain and heart, it brings about tonic, clonic spasms with oppression, giddiness, palpitation and faintness. Constitution of petroleum. Physical makeup. Best suited to person of light hair, light skin who suffer from cutaneous eruptions and gastro-intestinal disorders. Temperament irritable. Hot or cold, very chilly patient. Miasm, sora in the backdrop. Diathesis, scrofulous. Mental generals of petroleum. Excited, irritable after coercion, with inclination to be angry and to scold. Irresolute. Sense of duality, thinks he is double or somebody else lying alongside, or one limb is double. Think there are two babies in the bed. Sensation of dualism actually. That is sensation of dualism. Think death is near and must hurry to settle things. Always worry but don't know why. Loss of memory, fearful. Lost way in the street, low spirited. Physical generals of petroleum chiefly acts on skin, especially folds, scalp, face, genitals. Suited to long lasting deep seated wasting diseases. Lingering gastric and intestinal troubles. Best remedy for all types of carriage sickness. Carriage sickness means a car sickness, train sickness, boat sickness, so many sickness of various carriages, all are covered by petroleum. Just give before starting, say 2 hours, 2 doses. That's all for the day. Bad effects of sprain, separates eruptions, long lasting fear. Bruised soreness, worse in joints, unhealthy granulation. Picture 1, look at this unhealthy granulation. This type of granulation tissues are unhealthy because look, this is much more swollen than the level of the screen, and there are so many cracks in between. It is not healthy granulation. Healthy granulation will be in tune with the skin. That will be much redder and smooth surface. This is unhealthy. After severe burn, that is unhealthy granulation after severe burn. Emaciation of chest, coldness of spot, coldness in spot in abdomen, in heart after scratching. After scratching, coldness of the part. It is a peculiar symptom of petroleum. You scratch and then you feel that the particular portion is not burning but rather cold. In sulfur it is burning. Emaciation of chest, coldness in spots, in abdomen, in heart after scratching. Okay. Tremulous weakness, feel sick internally, internal itching. Dryness in ear, nose, discharges thick, yellowish green, purulent. Hemorrhage of mild red blood, worse from lifting and riding. Dread of open air, with shivering when exposed to. That is, they cannot tolerate cold air because they are chilly patient. Burnings, twitchings, catalepsy, dropsy, cracks, enlargement of glands. Now catalepsy is a peculiar term. Note here, catalepsy is given here. Catalepsy is a nervous condition characterized by muscular rigidity and fixity of posture regardless of the external stimuli. Look at this figure. This is cataleptic attitude. The person is in a muscular rigidity and his posture is fixed. This is not that he is doing it intentionally. This is done involuntarily. This is a diseased symptom, catalepsy. The person's hands are like this and he cannot move this. Legs are in this position and he cannot move this. He neither can change his posture. This is catalepsy. And petroleum covers these types of peculiar disorders. Modalities of petroleum: worse, motion of car, carriage, boats, cold weather and change of when it's change of weather, thunderstorms, eating, fixation, cabbage, cohesion, touch, from these various position, places, things, the petroleum patient gets his or her symptoms more troublesome. Better warm air, dry weather, lying with head high. Heat symptoms of petroleum. Vertigo as produced in swinging motion, felt in occiput. Occiput is a occipital bone actually. This is the occiput. This green occipital bone. Occipital bone is the occiput. This occipital is this. Occiput, heavy aching, headache, worse from shaking, while coughing must hold temples for relief. Falling of hair, moist eruptions on scalp, worse in occiput, around ears. Head felt numb as if made of wood. Sensation as if cold air blowing on head. Eye symptoms, petroleum. Inflamed tarsi. Tarsi actually just beneath the upper eyelid. Just beneath the upper eyelid, tarsal portion is there. That is inflamed. Loss of eyelashes. Canthi fissures. Canthi means corners of the eyes. Fistula lacrimalis. Fistula lacrimalis. It is a very rare symptom. You know, there is lacrimal gland related to our eyes. That lacrimal gland sometimes gets some abnormal opening beside eyes, nose, and those type of abnormal opening are called fistula lacrimalis. Just on the cranial bone above, I have given a picture. Please check it. Ear symptom of petroleum. Deafness with noise in ears and old people. Noise is unbearable. Dryness in ears. Discharge of pus and blood from ears. Painfully externally. Moist spots behind ears. Itching deep in ears in Eustachian tube. Eustachian tube or auditory tube. Eustachian or auditory tube is the tube which connects here is the throat and this is the middle ear. It connects middle ear and throat. This is full of air. Actually, by this technique, this eardrum is maintain pressure externally and internally. This is eardrum. On both sides of this is free air. This is free air. This is coming from mouth. This is from ear. Nose symptoms of petroleum. Nostrils dry, ulcerated, cracked, burn. Ozina. Ozina is a very obnoxious and destructive disease of nasal structures. The whole nose is decayed and there is intense malodorous malodor around the patient. Ozina. This type of disease no longer is in vogue now. In ancient times it was there, and there was a separate hospital for ozina patients. The patients were so obnoxious from all respect that other people cannot stay with them, so they kept in a separate hospital some 100 years or few hundred years far from general accommodation and persons. Purulent discharge, tips of nose itches. Face symptoms petroleum, dry as if covered with albumin, pale or yellow, hot after eating. That is face hot after eating. Easy dislocation of jaw. Mouth symptoms petroleum, dry offensive odor like that of garlic. Ulcers in inner cheek. Soreness when chewing. Tongue white in center, dark streak along edges. Throat symptom petroleum, foul mucus in throat, hawks out in the mouth and it's dry. Mouth is dry. The throat is dry. Stomach symptoms petroleum, hunger cause nausea, awakes at night after stool. Pungent acrid irritations. Thirst for beer, desire for dainties. Aversion to meat, fat, cooked, hot foods. Vomits bitter green substance. Nausea. Train and seasickness. Right side, on the right side is picture is given is seasickness. This lady is suffering from seasickness. During pregnancy must do. Just before the starting of this journey, give petroleum 200, 1 hourly 2 doses. For the day it will give him support, give her actually support not to trouble any seasickness. Petroleum is such a thing. Abdomen symptom petroleum, inflated coldness in, that is coldness in abdomen, diarrhea or dysentery by day only, what's taking cabbages, then miserable empty feeling, this miserable empty feeling, itching of anus after stool, pinching colic better bending double, piles and fissures in anus with great itching, herpes in perineum, navel ulcerated in infants. Now look at this figure. This is piles or hemorrhoids. There are so many grading of piles. One grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. This internal, external, so many types of piles. These are actually swollen veins of the anal regions. Fissures is this. Fissures means crack. There is a crack in the anal opening, near anal opening. This is a very painful and difficult to cure. Looks like very simple thing, but it's not simple. The pain, intensely painful disease, and doesn't heal up easily. Take a long time. And with great itching, herpes in perineum. No, perineum is the region between this anal orifice and root of the genitalia. In case of male or female, both. In case of male or female, the root of the genitalia to this anal canal area is only 1 inch or maybe slightly more than 1 inch. This area is called perineum. This is a very sensitive area. And lowermost area of the upper trunk. Navel ulcerated of infants. Infants' navel is ulcerated. Peculiar disease. If you do not know the medicine, you do not know the name of the petroleum, you will be fumbling what to give. Navel ulcerated infants. Urinary symptoms of petroleum: involuntary urine on rising, enuresis at night. Enuresis means involuntary urinasis, night, at bed actually mainly. Strictures in chronic urethritis. Acute sudden urging, if not attended to immediately, will cause severe pain. Cystitis, urethritis, dribbling of urine after urination. Cystitis is inflammation of the urinary bladder. Urethritis, urethra inflammation, dribbling of urine after urination. Male symptoms petroleum: itching and burning, herpes in scrotum, between scrotum and thigh, on perineum, genital sweaty. Female symptoms petroleum: aversion to coition, menstrual cause is itching. Actually, menstruation cause is itching, soreness and moisture on genitals with violent itching, profuse albuminous leukorrhea with lascivious dreams, itching and mealy covering of the nipples, dry obstinate eruptions on the nipples actually, prolapsus uteri, prolapse of uteri with constant diarrhea. Too much of diarrhea, prolapse occurs. This prolapse uterus. Uterus original location should be here, just above and diagonally over the bladder, urinary bladder, but it generally descends along the vaginal canal and ultimately it comes out. This is called prolapse uteri. Heart symptoms of petroleum: cold feeling about heart, fainting with ebullitions, heat and palpitations. Respiratory symptoms of petroleum: cough coming deep down from chest, waking patients at night, especially young girl boys. Cough at night only, worse then. After night is cough started, then it goes worse. Cough as if shatters the head, better from pressing the head actually. Operation of chest from cold air. Neck and back symptoms petroleum: neck steep, cracks when moved. Cracks means the sound, crackling sound. Pain in spine all over the body with sciatica. Pain in spine. This is the spine, whole spine. Pain is there all over the body with sciatica. Sciatica, you know, sciatica is a nerve and the sciatic nerve. The inflammation of the nerve sciatic is called sciatica. Very painful disease. Coccyx, painful on sitting. Pain in sacrum or standing erect. Now coccyx. What is coccyx? This portion is coccyx. This is coccyx. Actually, not this. This is lumbar. Then lumbar, from cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacrum, coccyx. Sharp pain shooting up dorsal spine into the occiput. Mind it, this along the spine that stitches, this is shooting pain goes up. Where? Up to the occiput bone. Here is the occiput bone. The occiput bone in the skull. Up to this level. Extremity symptom of petroleum, cracking in joints, joint tips. Limb go to sleep. Go to sleep means pins and needle sensation. Ragged, chapped hands and fingers. Bleeding in housemaids. Psoriasis of palms, stitches, blisters in heels. Skin symptoms petroleum, dry, dirty, hard, rough, thickened skin like parchment. Gets raw, festers, won't heal. Worse in folds, deep cracks in angles, nipples, fingertips, brown spot, eruption with thick, hard, moist, yellow, green crust on occiput and genitals. Trouble gets worse in cold, eczema, herpes, vesicles, itching in orifices with burning, cold spots, all eruptions itch violently and must be scratched till they bleed. After scratching, parts get cold. This is a very peculiar symptom. After scratching, parts get cold. Chilblains that each burn become purple. Sleep symptoms. Restless sleep with frightful dreams. Fever symptom. Chilly with dry mouth. Palms and soles hot. Sweat in spots. Foul sweat in axilla and feet. Flashes of heat all over frequently during day. Complementary medicine is sepia. Related medicine is graphitis and sepia. Note here, I have given 3 important pictures. You must know this because in the chamber patient will come and you can identify, yes, this is eczema, this is herpes and this is chilblain. Chilblain, herpes, eczema. With this the video ends. Thanks for listening and viewing. Any problem, please write in the comment section. I would certainly respond.